Have you felt it? There is a subtle vibration in the atmosphere around you, a frequency that has shifted ever so slightly. It is not something you can see with your eyes just yet, but your spirit has picked up on it. It is the undeniable sense that the long, hard winter of your life is finally melting away. You wake up in the morning and the air feels different. The anxiety that used to sit on your chest like a heavy stone has been replaced by a quiet, humming anticipation. This is not a coincidence. It is not a random fluctuation of your emotions. It is a divinely orchestrated appointment. You are standing on the precipice of the single greatest shift in your entire existence. The very ground that resisted you for decades is now preparing to nurture your growth. Doors that were sealed shut despite your banging and pleading are about to swing open as if they were never locked. Opportunities that ignored you are about to hunt you down. But listen closely, because what I'm about to tell you is a matter of spiritual life and death. With this massive incoming blessing comes a protocol that you have never had to practice before. The rules are changing. Before we dive into the depths of this revelation, I need you to do something that signals to the universe that you are ready to receive. Attention. You need to prepare now. I put together an exclusive resource for those who feel set apart for something greater, but live surrounded by noise, distractions, and mental overload. This is a 30-day journey that will transform your life. A guided path to armor your mind and prepare for what's coming with daily practices of focus, boundaries, and discipline. Stop negotiating with the noise. Learn to spot distractions before they control you, and strengthen your mind. Also available in an immersive audio version. Over 10 Zuru readers have already transformed their lives through the 30-day journey. Thousands of people have already started this transformation. People like you who are tired of living in the fog. Ordinary people who decided to stop accepting mental chaos. Take advantage of this limited time offer only this month. Access your link just below in the pinned comment. Go ahead and like this video. It is a small act, but it sets an intention. And if you have not already, subscribe to the channel and turn on the notifications. You do not want to be asleep when the next instruction arrives. This community is a sanctuary for those who are awakening, and your presence here matters. Now let's go deeper. For years, you have watched others succeed. You have seen people with half your talent, half your integrity, and half your heart rise to positions of power and wealth. You have sat in the silence of your room, wondering if God had forgotten your address. You asked, why them? Why not me? Am I being punished? I'm here to tell you today that you were not being punished. You were being preserved. There is a vast difference. When you build a shack, you can throw it up in a day. But when you are building a skyscraper, you must spend months, sometimes years, digging deep into the dark earth to lay a foundation that can hold the weight of the sky. You are not a shack. You are a skyscraper in the kingdom. The delay was necessary because the destiny you carry is too heavy for a weak character. If God had given you this wealth 5 years ago, it might have crushed you. It might have destroyed the very essence of who you are. But now you are ready. However, this transition from the wilderness to the promised land brings a danger that very few talk about. The danger does not come from the struggle. You have mastered the struggle. You know how to survive on little. You know how to pray when you are in pain. The danger comes from the success. Specifically, the danger comes from the noise. The moment this shift begins to manifest in your bank account, in your career, and in your influence, your first instinct will be to share the good news. You will want to run to the people who watched you suffer and say, look what God has done. You will want to validate your years of pain by showing them your harvest. Stop. Do not do it. This is the first and most critical instruction for the chosen one receiving wealth, the protocol of silence. Why silence? Why does God demand that you move in the shadows right when the spotlight is finally turning toward you? Because true blessings do not crash into your life with fanfare. They dawn steadily and powerfully like the sun rising. The sun does not scream when it rises, yet it commands the attention of the entire world. You are receiving not just wealth, but weight. You are receiving a mantle of responsibility tied to your unique calling. The primary test you are facing right now is whether you can handle this increase without needing to broadcast it to feed your ego. Think about the psychology of those around you. For years, people have been comfortable with your struggle. It sounds harsh, but it is true. When you were down, you were relatable. You made them feel safe about their own stagnation. Your struggle validated their excuses. But the moment you start to rise, the moment the light of God's favor starts to shine on your finances and your life, you inadvertently cast a shadow on their inaction. Your success becomes a mirror in which they see their own lack of faith and discipline. And that mirror is painful. This is why silence is not fear, it is a divine strategy. It shields the fragile beginnings of your harvest from the storms of jealousy and misunderstanding. There is a scientific and spiritual principle at play here. When you speak about your big moves before they are solidified, you dissipate the energy required to complete them. Psychologically, when you tell someone, "I am going to make $1 million," or "I am starting this business," your brain releases a hit of dopamine, the reward chemical, just for saying it. You get the feeling of satisfaction without doing the work. This tricks your mind into relaxing. But spiritually, it is even more profound. Words are containers of power. When you cast your pearls before swine, as the ancient scriptures warn, you are not just being annoying, you are being wasteful with divine energy. The swine, those who do not understand the value of what you carry, will trample your dreams and then turn to tear you to pieces. I know this resonates with you. I know you can think of a specific person right now who stopped calling you the moment you got a small win, or the friend who changes the subject whenever you talk about your vision. If you recognize this sign, type "I choose wisdom" in the comments. Let that be your declaration today. The arrival of abundance is the proving ground where heaven observes if your heart will remain low when your hands are full. This is the paradox of the chosen one. You must be high in influence, but low in spirit. Wealth does not corrupt. Let us be clear about that. Money is neutral. It is like a magnifying glass. If you are generous, money will make you a philanthropist. If you are greedy, money will make you a monster. If you are insecure, money will make you arrogant. God has waited until this specific moment in your life because He needed to ensure that the magnifying glass would reveal His glory, not your ego. Let's talk about the vindication. This is the part of the journey that brings tears to the eyes of those who have wept in secret. You have endured slander. You have endured being misunderstood. You have been the black sheep of your family, the odd one out in your workplace. People have looked at your life and thought you were crazy for believing in a vision that never seemed to manifest. They mocked your faith. They whispered that if God was really with you, why were you struggling so much? This season that is opening up for you is God's answer to those whispers. But here is the twist. God does not vindicate you by letting you argue with them. He vindicates you by preparing a table for you in the presence of your enemies. Notice the preposition, in the presence of. He does not remove the enemies. He does not make them disappear. He leaves them there to watch. But the instruction is for you to eat. You are to sit at the table of abundance, enjoying the feast of wisdom, resources, and peace while they watch. You do not need to throw bread at them. You do not need to explain the menu to them. You just need to eat. Your prosperity is the proof. Your peace is the argument. Your stability is the rebuttal. When you get rich, and by rich I mean wealthy in spirit, in health, and in finances, God is proving that He chose you not because you were perfect, but because you were faithful. But this brings us to a difficult truth that you must accept if you want to keep what is coming. As you rise, you will have to leave people behind. This is the separation season. It is painful. We want to take everyone with us. We have this survivor's guilt that says, if I make it, I have to drag my old friends across the finish line. No, you don't. And in fact, you can't. You cannot put new wine into old wineskins. If you try, you will ruin the wine and burst the skins. Some people in your life are historically attached to your past version. They are bonded to the trauma you used to share. If you heal and they don't, the bond breaks. If you grow rich and they stay in a poverty mindset, the frequency becomes incompatible. Imagine you are in an elevator. You are going to the penthouse. Some people got on at the lobby with you, but their destination is the 3rd floor. When the doors open at the 3rd floor, you have to let them off. It doesn't mean you hate them. It doesn't mean you are better than them. It just means their journey stops there and yours continues. If you try to hold the doors open and force them to come to the penthouse, the elevator will not move. You will be stuck between floors and no one will reach their destination. God is about to remove people from your life who you thought were permanent fixtures. Do not grieve them for too long. Bless them, release them, and let the doors close. The altitude you are going to requires acclimation that they have not undergone. Before I reveal the final secret of how to anchor this wealth, I want to challenge you. Are you brave enough to walk alone for a season if it means walking with God? This is a serious question. Many people choose the comfort of the crowd over the calling of the crown. If you are ready to walk the path, even if it is solitary, I want you to share this video with someone you trust, or save it for yourself as a reminder. This is your contract with destiny. Now let us address the specific nature of the wealth coming to you. For the chosen ones, wealth is not for luxury. It is for logistics. This is a profound shift in perspective. The world sees money as a way to buy things. The chosen one sees money as a way to build things. God is trusting you with resources because He has a mission that requires funding, and He knows you are the one who will write the check. You are being positioned as a kingdom financier. There are orphanages that need to be built, communities that need to be healed, innovations that need to be funded. God could not give this money to someone who would only spend it on cars and clothes. He had to wait for you. He had to wait until you realize that you are a channel, not a reservoir. A reservoir holds water until it becomes stagnant. A channel lets water flow through it, bringing life to everything it touches while staying wet itself. You will be taken care of abundantly, but the flow must not stop with you. This is why the devil fought your finances so hard. Have you noticed? You could have peace in other areas, but your money was always under attack. Unexpected bills, debts that wouldn't go away, deals that fell through at the last minute. That was not bad luck. That was a strategic attack to keep you underfunded so you couldn't fund the kingdom. The enemy knew that if you ever got your hands on resources, you would do damage to the kingdom of darkness. You would help people. You would liberate families. So he tried to starve you out. But God used that starvation to teach you how to bake bread. And now that you know how to bake, He is giving you the bakery. As this wealth manifests, you will notice a change in your physiology. This is where science meets spirituality. Chronic financial stress keeps your body in a state of fight or flight. Your cortisol levels are high, your vision is narrowed, and your brain is focused solely on survival. You literally cannot see opportunities because your reticular activating system, the filter in your brain, is set to look for threats. But as you step into this divine provision, and as you trust in God's promise, your nervous system will begin to regulate. You will move from sympathetic dominance, stress, to parasympathetic dominance, peace. In this state of rest, your creativity will explode. You will see solutions where others see problems. You will have ideas in the shower that are worth millions. This is God downloading wisdom into a mind that is finally quiet enough to listen. But remember the warning. The first instruction is stillness. When the check clears, be quiet. When the contract is signed, be quiet. When the debt is paid, be quiet. Take that energy and direct it inward. Use it to stabilize your foundation. Pay off your debts silently. Invest silently. Build your emergency fund silently. Let the results speak for you years down the road. There is a power in being the person in the room who nobody realizes is the wealthiest. You hold the cards. You have nothing to prove. The chosen one title is not a badge of honor to wear proudly on your chest. It is a cross to carry on your back. It means you don't get to act like everyone else. You don't get to engage in petty gossip. You don't get to seek revenge. You don't get to be greedy. The standard is higher for you. To whom much is given, much is required. This wealth is a test. God is watching how you treat the waiter now that you can buy the restaurant. He is watching how you treat your spouse now that you don't need them for survival. He is watching if you will still pray with the same desperation you had when you were broke. I want to warn you about the imposter syndrome that will try to attack you. When you walk into rooms you used to only dream about, a voice in your head will say, "You don't belong here. They are going to find out you're a fraud." That voice is a lie. You belong there not because of your degrees or your pedigree, but because your father owns the building. You are royalty in disguise. When that feeling arises, stand up straighter, breathe deeper. Remind yourself, I was prepared for this in the fire. The world is shaking. Economies are unstable. People are fearful. In times like these, God raises up Josephs. Men and women who have the wisdom to store up grain during the years of plenty, to save the world during the years of famine. You are a Joseph. Your wealth is not just for your comfort, it is for the preservation of many. That is why God chose you. He saw a heart that cared about others. He saw a spirit that would not be corrupted by gold. He saw a resilience that could withstand the delay. So, what do you do now? What is the practical step for today? First, forgive yourself for the years of lack. Stop beating yourself up for the mistakes you made when you were surviving. You did the best you could. Second, begin to organize your life for the increase. You cannot put $1 million of blessing into a $10 mindset. Clean your house, organize your paperwork, fix what is broken. Show God you are faithful with the little so He can trust you with the much. Excellence is the atmosphere of miracles. If you want to attract a higher frequency, you must operate at a higher standard of order. And finally, prepare your heart for the isolation of elevation. It gets lonely at the top, but the view is worth it, and the communion with God is sweeter there. You will find new friends, friends who are also on this frequency, friends who are not intimidated by your light, but are inspired by it. They are out there waiting for you to rise so they can identify you. God is about to prove why He chose you. He is going to make you a living, breathing testimony of His grace. Your life will be the sermon that converts the skeptics. They won't need to read the Bible to know God is real. They will just need to look at your life. From the pit to the palace, from debt to distribution, from anxiety to authority, this is your portion. If you receive this word, if you feel the truth of it vibrating in your bones, I want you to seal it. Go to the comment section and write, I am ready for the overflow. Speak it into existence. Your words are the rudder of your ship. Steer them toward your destiny. And listen, the journey doesn't end here. This is just the beginning of the revelation. There are deeper laws of wealth and spirit that you need to master to maintain this position. You cannot afford to miss the next video. It will contain the blueprint for the next phase of your expansion. So make sure you have subscribed and hit that bell. The algorithm might not bring you back here, but your discipline will. God is not done with you. In fact, he is just getting started. The years the locusts have eaten are being restored sevenfold. Stand tall, keep your mouth shut, keep your heart open, and watch what God does next. It will be marvelous in your eyes. You are chosen, you are loved, and you are ready. Until next time, walk in your purpose. However, walking in that purpose requires more than just acknowledgement. It requires a complete restructuring of your reality. You have accepted the call, but now you must survive the transition. Many are called, but few endure the crushing weight of the metamorphosis. You see, when you declare to the universe that you are ready for the overflow, you inadvertently declare war on your old self. The version of you that was comfortable in mediocrity, the version of you that stayed silent to keep the peace, must now die. And let me tell you, the ego does not go quietly. It kicks, it screams, and it tries to sabotage the very blessing you prayed for. This is why so many people win the lottery and lose it all within 3 years. It is not a lack of money. It is a lack of the spiritual container required to hold that energy. We need to have a serious conversation about the terror barrier. In psychology and high-performance coaching, we talk about the upper limit problem. It is a thermostat setting in your mind. If you are used to struggling, if your baseline for 30, 40, or 50 years has been survival, your nervous system views safety as struggle. When peace arrives, when money starts flowing, when the relationship is healthy, your internal alarm system goes off. It screams, "This is unknown, this is dangerous, go back to what you know." You might find yourself picking fights with your spouse for no reason. You might find yourself overspending to get back to a familiar state of financial lack. You might feel a sudden wave of depression right after a massive victory. Do not be alarmed. This is not a sign that you are falling. It is a sign that you are ascending. Your body is trying to recalibrate to a new altitude. Think of deep sea divers. If they come up to the surface too quickly, they get the bends. The pressure change can kill them. The same happens spiritually. God often delays the manifestation of your vision, not to deny you, but to acclimatize you. He is adjusting your pressure tolerance so that when you finally break the surface of success, you do not collapse. If you are currently in a waiting period, if you feel like you are doing everything right, but the door hasn't opened, stop crying out in frustration. Instead say, "Thank you for the preparation." You are in the decompression chamber. The blessing is already yours. The delay is your protection. Now I need you to pay very close attention, because what I am about to share is the secret weapon of the chosen one. It is the law of silence. The enemy cannot attack what he cannot detect. One of the biggest mistakes you have made in the past, and be honest with yourself here, is telling your big dreams to small minds. You were excited. You saw the vision clearly. You felt the fire in your belly. So you went to your cousin, your co-worker, or even your childhood friend, and you spilled your heart out. You told them about the business you want to start. You told them about the book you want to write. You told them about the spiritual awakening you are experiencing. And what happened? They gave you a blank stare. Or worse, they gave you realistic advice. They said, "Be careful, the economy is bad." They said, "Who are you to do that?" They planted seeds of doubt in your garden before the first sprout could even break the soil. You must learn to move in silence. In the game of chess, you never announce your move before you make it. You move, and the effect of the move speaks for itself. Look at nature. A seed grows in total darkness. It grows in the dirt, covered, silent, hidden. If you dig it up every day to show people that it's growing, you kill it. Your dreams are seeds. They need the darkness of the womb, not the spotlight of the stage, at least not yet. There is a power in containing your energy. When you talk about your plans, your brain releases dopamine, giving you a false sense of accomplishment. You feel like you've done it just by talking about it, which kills your drive to actually execute the work. But when you keep it inside, that energy builds up. It becomes pressurized. It becomes a burning fuel that drives you to take action at 4 a.m. while the rest of the world is sleeping. Let your results make the noise. Let your new car be the announcement. Let your paid-off mortgage be the statement. Let your healed marriage be the testimony. When you show up transformed, people will ask, "How did you do it?" That is when you speak. That is when you give glory to the Creator. Until then, zip your lip. Guard your vision like it is the crown jewels, because to the spiritual thieves of this world, it is. As you navigate this path, you will encounter the Judas phenomenon. This is a hard pill to swallow, especially for those of you with big, loving hearts. You want to take everyone with you. You have this idea that when you make it to the top, you're going to buy your mama house, hire your best friend, and save the whole neighborhood. That is a noble desire, but it is not always a spiritual reality. You must understand that not everyone is assigned to your future. Some people are only assigned to your history. Judas was not a mistake. Jesus knew who Judas was. He knew Judas had a devil in him, yet he kept him in the inner circle. Why? Because Judas was necessary for the transition. Without the betrayal, there is no crucifixion. Without the crucifixion, there is no resurrection. Without the resurrection, there is no salvation. The betrayal you experienced, the business partner who stole from you, the spouse who walked out, the friend who lied, was not an accident. It was a catalyst. It was the elevator door closing so the lift could go up. If they had stayed, you would have stayed comfortable. You would have settled. Their betrayal pushed you into the arms of your destiny. So stop cursing your Judas. Stop replaying the hurt in your mind, wondering why they did it. They did it because their part in your script was over. Forgive them, not because they deserve it, but because you cannot afford to carry the heavy luggage of resentment up the mountain. Hate is heavy. Bitterness is a toxin that destroys the vessel that carries it. Release them, bless them, and let them go. You have places to be, and you cannot fly with dead weight tied to your ankles. This brings us to the concept of frequency specificity. Science tells us that everything is energy. Your thoughts, your emotions, your physical body, it is all vibrating atoms. Radio stations broadcast on specific frequencies. If you want to hear jazz, you cannot be tuned to the rock station. You can scream at the radio, you can pray to the radio, but until you turn the dial, you will not hear the music you want. The life you desire, the abundance, the peace, the influence, is broadcasting on a specific frequency. It is the frequency of gratitude, vision, and love. The life you are trying to escape is broadcasting on the frequency of fear, lack, and victimhood. You cannot solve a problem with the same mind that created it. You cannot attract wealth while vibrating in the frequency of "I can't afford it." Every time you say, "I am broke," "I am sick," "I am tired," you are writing a command code into the matrix of your reality. The universe is a giant Xerox machine. It simply copies what you are. Not what you want, but what you are. This is why the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. It is not just systemic, it is energetic. The rich man expects opportunity. He wakes up vibrating in the expectation of increase. The poor man expects disaster. He wakes up waiting for the other shoe to drop. And both of them get exactly what they expect. So how do you change the dial? You have to hijack your reticular activating system, RAS. This is the filter in your brain that decides what information to let in. Have you ever decided to buy a specific car, say a red Tesla, and suddenly you see red Teslas everywhere? Did the factory suddenly produce more red Teslas? No, they were always there. Your RAS just started noticing them because you gave it a new instruction. You need to give your brain a new instruction concerning your life. Start looking for evidence of God's favor. Stop looking for evidence of the world falling apart. Yes, the news is bad. Yes, the economy is shaky. But in the same city where people are filing for bankruptcy, other people are becoming millionaires. In the same hospital where people are dying, babies are being born. What you focus on expands. I challenge you for the next 7 days to go on a negativity fast. Do not watch the news. Do not engage in gossip. Do not complain about the weather, the traffic, or your coffee. If a negative thought comes, acknowledge it and immediately replace it with 2 positive truths. If you think, I'm going to fail, immediately say, I am divinely guided and I am learning. It will feel fake at first. It will feel like you are lying to yourself. Do it anyway. You are rewiring neural pathways that have been dormant for decades. Let's talk about your environment. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with, but you are also the reflection of the environment you sleep and work in. If your house is cluttered, your mind is cluttered. Chaos in the physical realm creates static in the spiritual realm. The chosen one respects order. Look at the universe. It is not random. The planets orbit with mathematical precision. The seasons change on a schedule. The tides obey the moon. God is a God of order. If you want to invite the divine flow into your life, create a vessel of order. Clean your car. Organize your desk. Throw away the clothes that have holes in them. When you hold on to broken things, you are telling the universe, I do not believe I can replace this. It is a poverty mindset disguised as frugality. Release the old to make room for the new. Attention, you need to prepare now. I put together an exclusive resource for those who feel set apart for something greater, but live surrounded by noise, distractions, and mental overload. This is a 30-day journey that will transform your life. A guided path to armor your mind and prepare for what's coming with daily practices of focus, boundaries, and discipline. Stop negotiating with the noise. Learn to spot distractions before they control you. And strengthen your mind. Also available in an immersive audio version. Over 10 Zuru readers have already transformed their lives through the 30-day journey. Thousands of people have already started this transformation. People like you who are tired of living in the fog. Ordinary people who decided to stop accepting mental chaos. Take advantage of this limited time offer only this month. Access your link just below in the pinned comment.